What up, everyone? Welcome to a new episode of High Altitude Motorsports. It is a new day and a new build day for the Paul Walker truck. Day number 5, I think. I'm gonna lose track, so I'm just gonna stop doing days. But as you guys saw in the last video, we pretty much stripped everything. I did strip a couple things off camera, like the coolant hoses and just a couple other small bits. But anyways, this is getting picked up. It's going to the body shop, Supreme Car Star. I will link their Instagram and phone number down below. They're gonna be pulling the cab and bed, leaving it at their shop to do the body work and full paint. You guys are gonna have to stay tuned to see what color we paint it. Unless I've released the rendering, then you guys already know. So yeah, that is getting picked up probably any minute now. In the meantime, we are going to be working on the power plant today. Basically removing the engine from the trans, and we'll probably leave these as an assembly. And the tow truck has just arrived, so time to get this loaded up. So just like that, perfect timing. The truck is now off to paint. Hopefully we get the cab and bed taken off soon, so then we can put the frame back on a tow truck and then bring the tow truck back here. Does that make sense? We need the frame back so we can start building the suspension. I ordered the rear lift kit, which I don't know if you guys know what it is yet, so we're just gonna leave everything a surprise, assuming that the rendering has not come out. So the rear kit has been ordered. The front kit has not been ordered. I'm gonna hopefully do that today. Maybe I'll show you guys some of the office stuff as well, because building any vehicle, SEMA vehicle or any whatever, there's a lot that goes into it and a lot of headache. That's why most people use a build manager. I do not, because luckily I have been doing this long enough where I have good relationships with a lot of companies. So I like to maintain those relationships by using them again. We will see. This is the front lift kit company is a new company that I have not worked with yet, but I would like to, because I really like their product. So we'll see what happens. And if I can get a hold of them. I've been calling them, emailing them, not really interested. So that's just kind of how these things work. Sometimes you just got to be persistent. The squeaky wheel something, I don't know the saying, but that's enough rambling. Alrighty guys, so we have taken out all the fluids. Now we need to separate the engine from the transmission and T-case. We're gonna see how this works and go from there. So it's gonna be pretty sweet. Alright guys, so we got the engine separated from the transmission. Now we just need to get the torque converter and flex plate off. Should be pretty simple. Alrighty guys, so it is the next day. As you guys saw yesterday, we removed the engine from the transmission and T-case. And now it is time to send this engine to the transmission shop. It's time to send the engine to the motor shop, the transmission to the transmission shop. Anyways, so we're sending the engine to the engine shop, the transmission to the transmission shop, and we are hoping to get some good sponsors for the engine build, because doing engine work is expensive, and this is one forte that I do not want to mess with. I don't know anything about. I don't just send it out, get it done. So we're gonna load everything up into the pickup and take it over there, and hopefully they have good news for us. So as you saw, we separated the engine and trans, and we got the rolling assembly picked up. And as you can see, the shop is an absolute disaster. We're gonna be working on this probably tomorrow, getting everything palletized and organized and cleaned so we can make everything very organized. I've been pretty diligent with, like for instance, like right here, we have bell housing bolts in a bag with everything marked pretty good, except for just a couple things that I was lazy on, which you do not want to do on a big project where you tear everything down. I took the engine completed to the machine shop, and unfortunately they did not want to take it complete. They want it torn down, which is understandable. I was trying to just, you know, pull a fast one and get away with it. So tonight I'm going to disassemble pretty much everything besides the actual engine components. So we'll take the injectors out, but other than that, everything as far as that is staying. We'll take the exhaust manifolds out, power steering pump, AC compressor, alternator. I'm also gonna be, you know, getting in some good shots of how everything is. I've already taken a bunch of pictures, but these engines are just, for me anyways, I'm stick to Ford and Dodge engines. These engines, they just don't make any damn sense to me personally. But yeah, so plan is tear this apart, and hopefully I can get this done tonight. Shouldn't be too bad. The teardown process isn't bad. It's more just marking every single individual bolt, making sure that I know exactly how this goes back together. So then when it comes time to put it back together, it'll just go super smoothly, boom, no problems. But yeah, we are going to get into this. It is the next day. We pretty much got the engine torn down. As you can see, it is a mess around here. The reason I'm putting all this shit on the floor and not really caring about it, I am going to organize it, but the majority of this is getting replaced and rebuilt. So right now there is no need to worry about dust and dirt getting into anything, because we're going to clean it or get new stuff. But right now the engine's pretty much ready to go to the engine shop, but I am going to take off all the extra bolts and things. So I'm going to film that process so I can remember where this stuff goes. So we got all the miscellaneous bolts off of the engine, as you can see. Now it's pretty much just bare. I think the motor shop will be a lot happier with this. There's still some things that I could have taken apart, like taking the valve covers off, got the injectors out, and the wiring harnesses, but I'm just gonna let that, let Bill do that. Also the intake manifolds. Mainly I want these to be on because I want him to clean them and everything. It'll just be easier. So we got it palletized and we're going to go to the machine shop. Alrighty guys, so I don't know where I left off on the video yesterday, but we got the block fully stripped down. After we stripped the block, we ended up taking it to the motor shop slash machine shop. They were super happy about that we tore everything apart. Now I've been working on doing some cleanup. As you saw, things got a little out of hand. We had parts going from here all the way down with a massive spills of things. So I have organized all the parts from the motor. Got a little too happy there. Insert Jeopardy music here. All right, so the engine parts have been organized in a nice little pile. They are pretty good there. And then this is kind of what I do. We just put and bag every single solitary part, and then that's if it's loose. If it's still bolted on, I'll just, you know, lightly screw it back in. This pallet I'm going to keep here, and then we're going to fire up the parts washer back in the corner and clean all these parts. More than likely about 50% of this, maybe even more, is going to get replaced anyways. So yeah, that's that. We got just a little bit of parts here, and this is still pretty much it looks like a disaster. It's just, you know, organized chaos. The only thing, the bolts that I don't remember where they go from pulling the cab are these bolts right here and these bolts over here, and they've been on these trays. So I'll get a good shot of that for a second, so then I, you know, when I put this all in a bag and can't remember, hopefully this video helps me remember where they go. So yeah, I think the rest of the plan is we're gonna clean up the shop. I'm gonna keep organizing, and once I finish organizing, then hopefully by next week we do a full pressure wash of this entire shop, because there's oil, tranny fluid, fuel, coolant. I mean, look, we got footprints of oil getting tracked everywhere. Definitely gonna need a good pressure wash. But other than that, this is going to conclude the part of the Paul Walker truck, either 4th or 5th, I can't remember. We're gonna conclude that part of the video, and now it's going to be probably another month of just not doing really anything. So hopefully I can get some shots of the truck getting sanded and the bodywork getting done and painted, the engine getting cleaned, and maybe the transmission getting cleaned and also powder coated and painted and stuff like that. So yeah, here is, that's about it. So make sure to smash the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to turn on your post notifications so you get updated every time we upload a Paul Walker build. Also, really quickly, big shout out to Horn Blasters for sponsoring the build. We got the first parts. Check that out. That's just a little teaser of what you guys get to see. The first parts of the build showed up today. So thank you, Horn Blasters, at Horn Blasters, hashtag Horn Blasters. They have the best train horn kits on the market, hands down. So yeah, that's about it. You know, just keep rambling on here. But we'll see you guys in the next video.